I get the vibe. I was reading the Manila Bulletin the other day because I do that all the time. But I had seen a link to a media roundtable you did.
Yeah.
I get the feeling the Philippines is just dying, not only for more boxers to get to the level of Manny Pacquiao, but they're really looking into mixed martial arts, and they're excited that you guys could blow up big, you and Vera.
Yep, and that's the thing about the Philippines is when they find, especially with the popularity of Manny, they look to fighting as, or any combat sport as oh, okay, there's Filipino fighters or anyone in general that's successful. They look to not take advantage, but to support, to support those that are in fields that are like mixed martial arts. And so I'm fortunate, man. I'm proud to be Filipino, and I'm proud to represent my culture, man. So it's awesome to have the support of the Philippines.
So UFC is going to Abu Dhabi, Vancouver, Montreal. They're going to do shows in the UK, maybe France. Is the economy big enough there? Is there a market big enough there to actually hold a fight in the Philippines in the next couple of years?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's huge. The thing is, I think they were going to have it at Araneta Stadium, where the Thrill of Manila was filmed. So that's a place where I think they'll sell out. But I think it has to do with sponsorship. To be able to get the funds to be able to run the event there. So, but I believe there's so many fans in the Philippines, man. There's, just look at every time Manny goes to anywhere, it gets sold out. So there's so much support, man.
So how personally are Filipinos taking what's gone down the last week or so with Mayweather versus Pacman? And it's an allegation that he's on performance-enhancing drugs. And make no mistake about it, that's what he's alleging.
Yep, it is. They're taking it personal. And how can one boxer dictate the years and years of testing in boxing and change it? In one moment, so it's ludicrous. You can't just do that, and people are speculating, Manny's, but he has done, and if you see him work, shoot, he works so hard, man, and people allegedly accuse me of using steroids, so I know how it goes. It's people are gonna say whatever, but I'm gonna stand back behind Manny, man. He's a hard worker. He deserves everything he has, and he's the man. All
right, so the battle lines are drawn on this kind of down the middle, and I do a radio show in Vegas, so there's a lot of Floyd fans there. There's a lot of Floyd fans around the country, and I'll throw you some of the things they say. Number one, what's the difference on testing 24 days out with a blood test or giving it 14 days out?
I believe there's not that big of a difference, but when your body's so used to it being 24 days out, I think why change it? And there's not that big of a difference, but your body can recover in a week, so, but for me, it's all about the principle. I just don't want it. It's like he's trying to find a way to cancel the fight.
Right.
So rather than let's just get the fight on. So really, I think they're just trying to make the fight bigger.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen. Although they're fighting different opponents right now with Manny fighting Claudio, in March, but I think they're gonna have to do the fight. So somewhere down the road it's gonna happen.
The average Joe would say, why would you hold out like this and leave $40 million on the table? So what does money mean to Manny?
Yeah, money doesn't mean anything, but it's not Manny that doesn't want to fight. I think it's Mayweather. So I think it's just I don't know, man. It's just it's so like just he said, she said, stuff. So it's going to happen eventually. So
Well, I'll tell you part of that he said, she said. You know, it was odd the other day. I'm watching ESPN, their boxing show on Friday night, and Teddy Atlas gets on there and says, you know, I have information about it, some emails that the Pacman camp sent the Mayweather camp saying, hey, if he tests positive, what are the ramifications? Will you keep it quiet? Yeah. What do you make of that? Is that an outright lie? Should Teddy Atlas be running with that? You know, should he be picking sides? I mean, we all have picked sides in this, I'll be honest.
I mean, if you read the article, too, I was reading an article about that. It said, you know, a source close to, you know, I mean, dude, it's gossip. You know, I'm not going to believe it until I really, really see it, you know, and it's actually out there and confirmed, you know. So you can't believe what anybody says, you know, and you know, I definitely know how that is, you know, because people accuse me of using steroids, you know, when, shoot, I'm as natural as they can be, you know, with diet and exercise, you can accomplish much, you know, and so people just want to take the easy way out, and they just like, man, he's taking steroids, you know. So, I mean, you can't believe what everybody says, and you can't believe the media, so to speak. You know, sometimes you got to search deeper and delve in deeper to some sort to just keep, you know, I guess researching and wait till it's really, really confirmed to believe anything.